Welcome to my next tutorial on the Sony a7 III. With this video, I want to introduce you to the new menu of the a7 III, which now provides category headers and position indicators to prevent you from getting lost in this menu and help to improve your orientation when we will dive into the details of each function in future tutorials. Furthermore, I want to show you how you can navigate this menu the fast way. Nothing that you couldn't figure out by yourself, but depending from what other camera you come from, you will intuitively navigating the a7 III's menu as you did with that other camera. That might not be the fastest way for the a7 III, and you might miss a shot while browsing the menu. That's why I want to show you the 4 ways to navigate the menu in this pretty short and straightforward video. So stay tuned. Already with the A9, Sony introduced a new menu system, which subsequently was implemented in the A7R III and the A7 III. The new menu system arranges related functions and settings within the respective menu items and categories in a more logical way than with the prior menu system. For example, the functions and settings for photography and cinematography are now separated in 2 different menu items, which Sony dispassionately call Camera Settings 1 and Camera Settings 2. While several functions and settings apply to both photography and cinematography, the likelihood is very high that you find functions and settings which are related to photography in the menu item called Camera Settings 1 and functions and settings which are related to cinematography in the menu item called Camera Settings 2. As such, one could call Camera Settings 1 also the Photo or Still Image Settings menu item and Camera Settings 2 the Movie Settings menu item. These 2 items appear in the menu bar as the Camera 1 and Camera 2 icon. Also in the menu bar, you find that little globe icon, which represents functions and settings that are related to the a7 III's connectivity via NFC, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. Sony appropriately calls this menu item the network. Functions and settings related to playing back the already shot still images and movies are indicated by the playback icon. The icon shaped like a toolbox is called Setup. Under that menu item, all kind of general, technical and basic settings of the a7 III are grouped together. And finally, the star icon represents My Menu, i.e. that part of the menu system that you can customize to your needs and likings. The 6 items in the menu bar have between 2 and 14 pages each. Related functions and settings are grouped together within a page. The category header of each page, which you find directly below the menu bar, indicates the sort of functions and settings that are grouped together on the respective page. In addition to the category headers, there are 2 types of position indicators, one in the upper right corner of the menu and one at its bottom. These, as well as the category headers, help to prevent you from getting lost in this massive menu system. Over time, you will memorize the page number of certain functions, and the position indicators will then take you there quicker. Now, what are the 4 ways to browse that menu system? You can browse the menu system by either pressing the buttons of the control wheel or by rotating it, by moving the multi-selector in the respective directions, and by rotating the front and rear dial. As you can see here, pressing the down button on the control wheel moves the orange indicator down the menu. Pressing the up, right, and left button of the control wheel moves it in the respective directions. Rotating the control wheel clockwise moves the orange indicator down. Rotating it counterclockwise moves it up. The multi-selector or joystick works in a similar way. Pressing the right edge of it moves the orange indicator to the right. The other directions work accordingly. To jump from one icon to the next in a menu bar, you first move upwards by either using the multi-selector, control wheel, or front dial until you get there. From there, you move sideways by either using the multi-selector, control wheel, or rear dial. Rotating the front dial to the right, you move down. Rotating it to the left, you move up. Rotating the rear dial to the right or left, you jump to the next page on the right and on the left side respectively. If you do so in the menu bar, you jump from one icon to the next. Since we are used to devices like iPods or remote controls for TVs, most people will intuitively use the control wheel to browse the menu by hitting its down, up, left, or right button several times until we finally get to the desired functions or settings. While doing so, one might miss a shot because repeatedly hitting a button takes time. Here comes the trick I promise you to navigate a menu system the fast forward way. If you don't just hit, but keep on pressing a button of the control wheel or an edge of the multi-selector, it will run through the menu system very fast and take you to the desired function or settings in no time. This way you won't miss a shot anymore while browsing the menu system. While this trick might seem obvious to some of you, one either figures this out accidentally or never. For the sake of completeness, to select a menu item, function, or setting, or to get to a subordinate menu, you just hit the center button after arriving there with the orange indicator. To get back to the superordinates menu, you hit the menu button. Hopefully this video was helpful for you in a way that you won't lose time anymore navigating the menu, but get the shot instead. If so, I'd be glad to get your thumbs up by hitting the like button, and if you want to be notified immediately when my next tutorial is out, then just hit that subscribe button and bell icon next to it.